Today our topic is open addressing. The open addressing method has the hash keys stored in a fixed length table. We will use a hash function to determine the base address of a key and then use a specific rule to handle a collision. Basically, the open addressing scheme is used to avoid the collision. So each location in the table is either empty, occupied, or deleted. Empty is the default state of all spaces in the table. Like earlier I have taken an example in which previously the table is empty, and after inserting the various keys, the spaces are occupied after inserting various values. So open addressing technique is basically used to avoid the collision. So there are basically three techniques that are used in open addressing. They are linear probing, quadratic probing, and double hashing. So first I will start with linear probing. With linear probing, the alternative position for a value after a collision is calculated by adding 1 to the current computed position and taking modulus based on the table size. I will take an example and then the things will look clear to you. So like look at the slide that is at present to you. Suppose what we did yesterday, we are calculating the hash key using the hash function, and using some modulo operator, we are getting the position where the key value is to be stored. So like suppose if slot hash x modulo s, what does it mean? Hash x means the hash function is applied and x is the key on which the hash function is applied. Modulo is the modulus operator that will return the remainder, and s is the size. So if the hash function modulo size is full, then we will try hash plus 1 whole modulo s. It means if this current position is occupied, then we will search for the next position that is immediately adjacent below the previous position. Again, if this position is also full, then we again try for the second position that is below this one. Again, if this position is full, then we again try for the next adjacent position that is below this, and so on till we find a vacant slot to enter the current key value. So this is the basic of the linear probing problem. So now I will take an example so that you got familiar with the working of this linear probing addressing. So now suppose we are taking a simple hash function, and the hash function that is hx is given by the here key the x value, or you say that hash of key equal to key modulo 7. So this is the basic hash function that is given, and you have to insert the following sequence of keys into the hash table using linear probing. The values are 50, 700, 76, 85, 92, 73, and 101. So initially, as we look into the hash function, key modulus, we have 7 empty slots in the initial hash table. So look at this diagram. There are total 7 empty slots starting from indices 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the empty slots. So there are total 7 vacant positions in the initial hash table. So we keep on inserting the value. The first value is 50. So applying the hash function, that is key modulo 50. What does it mean? Here key is 50. So 50 modulo 7, what does it return? It returns the value 1. It means the 50 should be stored at the position 1. 1 is this position, so 50 should be stored at this place. Now the second key value is 700. Again, calculate using the hash function, that is key mod 7. What does it mean? Here key is 700. So the value is 700 modulo 7. What does it return? It returns the value 0. So it means 700 will be stored at 0th position. 0 is here, so it's stored 700 at this place. It is shown in the next step, that is at this place. We will store the value 700. So till now we have inserted the starting two values into the hash table. Now the third entry is 76. Again calculate using the hash function key modulo 7. It means 76 mod 7. what does it return? It returns the value 6. It means 76 has to be stored at 6th position. So 6 is at this place. So 76 is to be stored at this position. Now next move on to the next entry. The next entry is 85. So again calculate 85 modulo 7. So what does it return? It returns the value 1. So when you keep on placing the 85 at this place, then the collision will occur. Why? Because this slot is already occupied by the value 50. So in order to avoid the collision, linear probing is used. So what we have to do, we will use the formula that we see earlier. If hash modulo key size is full, then we will try hash of value plus 1 modulo s. It means we will be attempting to look for the next immediately below value. So 50 is full here. So where 85 will go? 85 will search for the next empty slot. Next empty slot is just below 1 is 2. It means at this position, we will be able to store the value 85. And since this slot is free, so we will be placing the value 85 at this place. So 85 will be stored here. Now next again, the next value is 92. Again calculating key mod 7. It means 92 mod 7. So what does it return? It returns the value 1. So it means 92 is to be stored at this position, that is at position 1. But this slot is full. So we will look for next slot. The next slot is 85. That is at position 2. But this is already full. So we will look for the next slot. The next slot is at 3rd position. And since this slot is full, so we will store the 92 value at this slot. So now look at the next diagram. 92 is to be placed at this position, that is at position 3. Now the next entry is 73. Again key modulo 7. It means 73 modulo 7. It will return the value. What will it return? It returns the value 3. 73 modulo 7 returns 3. So 73 will be placed at 3rd place, but this slot is full since 92 is at there. So what we have to do, we will check for the next position. The next slot is at position 4. So this slot is empty. So what will we do? We will place the value 73 at this place. So 73 will be placed at this position. Again, the next value is 101. So again calculate 101 modulo 7. So what does it return? Just divide and look for the remainder. What does it return? It returns the value 3. So look at the position 3. It is empty, not empty. Next look for 4th position. It is not empty. So again look for 5th position. Actually this diagram shows the 2 step, that is after inserting 73 and 101. So 101 will be placed at 5th position. There is one step that is split between these two. I have inserted 73 and 101 at a single time. So you will make another table here. So place 73 and after that place 101 at this place. So this is basically the example of linear probing problem. What does linear probing say? Linear probing says in order to avoid the collision, if a current slot is full, then we will have to look for the immediately next adjacent slot. If that slot is full, then again we will immediately look for the another immediately next slot till we keep the key position at the empty slot. We keep on searching for the empty slot. So this is the basic of the linear probing algorithm, and this is basically used for collision avoidance. So this is the basic formula that we have applied till now. That is the hash function modulo the key size. This is the basic formula that we are using. So if this position is full, then we will be searching for the immediately next position. Plus 1 means position just immediately below the previous value. If this is full, then we are searching for the next slot, that is for second, just immediately below. If this is also full, then we keep on searching the next immediately below slot, that is hash function plus 3. It means the next adjacent position. So this we will be applying on this example by using the key values, and we will be showing with the help of the hash table and inserting the values one by one. Now let's look at another example that I have prepared for you. So again, I'm taking an example of a question that is appeared in the GATE exam. So let's look at the question. Then after that, we are trying to solve this question with the help of the concept that we have studied in linear probing. So let's look at the problem statement. Consider a hash table of size 11 that uses open addressing with linear probing. It means we are using the open addressing collision avoidance technique with the help of method linear probing. So here hash function is given as hk equal to k mod 11. Here k is the key value. So hk is the hash function that gives the value k modulo 11. A sequence of records with keys. So now these are the record values or the key values that are to be inserted into the hash table. So these values are 43, 36, 92, 87, 11, 4, 71, 13 and 14. These values are to be inserted into an initial empty hash table, the bins of which are indexed from 0 to 10. Since the table size is 11, we keep on indexing from 0. So the last element is indices is 10, starting from 0 to 10. So there are total 11 elements. So we have to apply the linear probing algorithm and see what happens after inserting these values into the initial empty hash table of size 11. So first you have to draw the empty hash table, and since the size is given as 11, so we will start from the indices 0 till 10. So there are total 11 elements that is to be inserted into this empty hash table, starting from indices 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now next we keep on inserting the value. So first value is 43. So to insert the value 43 at a suitable place, what we have to do? We have to calculate the hash function for this particular key, that is 43. So using this formula k mod 11, what will we write? We write 43 modulo 11. So what does it return? 43 modulo 11 means divide 43 by 11 and see what will be the remainder. So the remainder is, what is the remainder? The remainder is 10. 43 modulo 11, the remainder is 10. So it will return the result 10. It means 43 is placed at position 10. So just start checking the indices. So here 10th index is there. So place the value 43 at this place, that is shown in the next adjacent diagram. So 43 is placed at this position. Okay. So now again, let's look at the next sequence. The next sequence is 36. So again, we have to calculate the hash function. So again, k modulo 11, it means 36 modulo 11. So what does it return? It returns the value 3. 36 modulo 11, it returns the value 3. It means 36 is to be placed at third position. Third means here. So the same is shown in the next adjacent diagram. So 36 is placed at this position. Okay. Now again, let's look at the next sequence, 92. Again, calculate the hash function k mod 11. It means 92 mod 11. So what does it return? It returns the value 4. So 92 is to be placed at fourth position. So fourth position is there. And since this position is empty, so we just place the value at fourth position. So 92 is to be placed at this position. Okay. Now again, the next value in the sequence is 87. Again, calculate 87 modulo 11. So what does it return? It returns the value 10. So what will happen? You keep on looking at the 10th slot. So this is the 10th slot, but since the 10th slot is full, so what you have to do? You have to search for the immediately next block that is full. So if we are inserting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So after 10, what will be the indices value? Indices value again starts from 0. So if this slot is full, so the element is to be inserted to the next adjacent place. So the next adjacent place is at 0. So we have to place 87 at this place. Again, the next element is 11. Again, what you have to do? You have to again perform the modulo operation. 11 modulo 11. So what does it return? It returns the value 0. It means 11 is to be stored at this position. But since this place is full, so you have to look for the immediately next slot. Next slot is this. And since this slot is empty, so you have to place 11 at this place, that is at first place. So 11 is to be inserted at this place. Again, let's look at the next value. The next value is 4. So again calculate 4 modulo 11. It will return the value 4. Now since the fourth value, it means 4 is to be inserted at this place. But since this slot is full, so we will look for the next immediately adjacent slot. Now the next slot is this, and since this is empty, so 4 will be placed at this position, that is at 5th position. Now again the next element is 71. Again calculating 71 modulo 11, and it will return the value 5. So 71 is to be placed at 5th position, but since this position is not empty, so we will look for immediately adjacent position. Now the adjacent position is this, and since this is empty, so 71 is to be stored at 6th position. So we will store 71 at this place. Now again the next element is 13. Again keep on calculating 13 modulo 11, it will return 2. So it means 13 is to be stored at this place, and since this place is empty, so just immediately insert 13 at second place. There is no collision here, so just place 13 at second position. Now the last element is 14. So again calculate 14 modulo 11. What does it return? It returns the value 3. So 14 is to be placed at third position. So third position is here, but since the third slot is full, so we keep looking on the fourth slot. It is also full. Next slot is 5. Again it is full. 6, it is also full. So keep looking on the next slot. Now the next slot is 7, and since this slot is empty, so we will place the value 14 at this place, that is at 7th place. So this is the final hash table after inserting the following sequence of keys that is given in the problem statement and using the hash function k modulo 11. So by this way, linear probing approach is used to avoid the collision, and this is the type of open addressing scheme that is used in hashing. So I think with the help of these two examples, you are familiar with the linear probing problem. So let's go back and look at our previous slide. So we are here. We have taken this example to explain linear probing to you. So I think you will be clear with the concept. So I have given a question in your assignment on the basis of this algorithm, that is linear probing. You have to solve this question that is given in the assignment. Just try to solve that question, and before solving that question, just go to linear probing algorithm and revise the basic condition. Then you are able to solve the question. Now again, the next type of addressing is quadratic probing. So in quadratic probing, we will look for the I square. I square means the I basically the indices. So we start indices from 0. It means I equal to 0, I equal to 1, I equal to 2, I equal to 3, and so on. So here we are looking for the I square slot. If the hash function, that is hash of x, be the slot index computed using the hash function, we are calculating it using the function hash x number of slots that is given in the required problem statement, and we are calculating the slot by using is if hash of x modulo the slot size. If this slot size is full, then here what we will look for? We will look for the immediately which slot? We will look for the slot of I square value. I square means hash of x plus initially we are calculating h of 0. So the next value will be h of 1. So I equal to 1. So I square means 1 into 1. Again next time I becomes 2. So I square is 2 into 2. Again next time I becomes 3. So the next slot will be hash of x plus 3 into 3. We keep on searching by this way till we find the empty slot. So this is the quadratic probing. Now I will take an example so that you will be familiar with the quadratic probing, and now you will take a look at the difference between linear probing and quadratic probing so that the differences will be clear to you. So just take a moment. I will be coming to the problem statement. Yeah. Suppose we have given the key values 20, 30, 2, 13, 25, 24, 10 and 9. These are the key values that is to be inserted into the hash table, and the size of hash table is